And today on the show, we are discussing vaginal candidiasis, popularly known as white.
When it becomes too much, like you see some rashes at your private part that you will not even you will not think that's the white, because the way it will do, unless like it have happened to somebody and you have experienced it and it's happened to you too, so that you will know this is white.
Hello, and welcome to the Bernard Journal /podcast. I'm Bernard BJ PRO. As listeners may know, I'm obsessed with vaginal candidiasis. I know one or two women who are in distress owing to vaginal candidiasis. My girlfriend is one of them. I have spent a lot of time trying to understand candidiasis. I found the underlying cause of it and I did a show about it. I hope you like it. When becoming intimate in a new relationship, it's normal to have 1,000 thoughts firing off in your head during sex. How does my body look in this position? Am I going to orgasm? However, for Lydia, not her real name, her thoughts when becoming intimate have never included, am I going to orgasm? Or how does my body look in this position? But rather, do I smell down there? Will I be subjected to vaginal pain and soreness? Like many women familiar with vaginal candidiasis. To put it bluntly, candidiasis sucks. Quote, they burn your vagina during sex. They itch and irritate your vagina and vulva. They have you producing an unusual thick white discharge from the vagina that appears like a mass of coagulated cottage cheese and has a fishy odor. Unquote. This is how Lydia, a 19-year-old student of the Ambaria Senior High School in Tamale, described her experience with candidiasis. Let's stay on this. I want to have a conversation with Lydia, who will be sharing her experience with the vaginal candidiasis. For the purpose of anonymity, I prefer to call her Lydia. That is not her real name. Let's get it on. Have you at any time been infected with candida?
Yes.
How long?
It was like some 2 months.
And how did you get it?
My own, I think I got it from the private toilet.
The private toilet?
Yes.
How serious can the candida get?
How serious, like how?
When I say how serious, when it gets serious, how does it affect you?
Oh, it affects you by you having rashes at your private part, and always you'll be smelling a scent that like fish scent. Yeah, you'll be smelling that way. When it becomes too much, like you see some rashes at your private part that you will not even you will not think that's the white, because the way it will do, unless like it have happened to somebody and you have experienced it and it's happened to you too, so that you will know this is white.
So how did you treat it?
Okay, I went to the hospital and inject myself, and I never know like you need to wash your panties, and you need to wash your panties with hot water, and I was still using that old panties that I was when I was having the sickness I was using, so you never go. So I later went to the pharmacy shop and they gave me a medicine calling Lavette, and I bought it. That was 25 cedis. I bought the medicine, and the lady who was there, I think she's a nurse, she told me I should wash my panties with hot water and with camel dettol,
Okay.
so that I would dry it in a very hot sun, scorching sun. and after that I have to iron all of them and put it in a bag, some small bag. That's only like a disposable bag for the panties only. So I did so, and I never see it. I removed like 3 panties that I was using when I was treating it. So when I saw like everything was gone, I then used the one I dry and iron, and I kept it in the bag. So up to now, like 3 years now, I have not experienced it again.
So
But
how do you protect yourself from it?
I protect myself by when I go to the private toilet, I always use tissue or toilet roll to cover myself. That's how I do. And I make sure like if I put my clothes, I make sure where I kept it, when I come back it have to be there. When it's not there, I'm not going to use it again.
No,
Because I don't know somebody, I don't know the person who picked the dress.
you raised a point whereby you said sometimes it's the guys who
Yes.
spread in there. How do they
And
spread it?
they spread it by going like chasing ladies. You the guy will have a gonorrhea, like, and for a guy to get a gonorrhea, it's a lady who will just like get white and it will kept long, so that it will turn to a gonorrhea and she will just transmit it to the guy. So those guys who go around and be chasing ladies, like those guys who go around and chase ladies, they are those who cause that. Like me, like this, if you are my boyfriend whilst we are not married and I want to have an affair with you, you are gonna use a protector where you call condom. That's what you are going to use before we have sex.
I guess you have a boyfriend, right?
Yes.
And all the time you advise him to use condom.
Yes.
Are there times
Even myself, even me myself, when I'm going to him and I'm in the mood, like, having an affair or having sex with him, I used to get myself a condom and send it there. I know at least he can tell me he don't have. So me myself, I will send some there so that he will use
so
it.
what advice would you have for other ladies how they can protect themselves from white?
Like the way I protect myself, they can protect themselves by going to the private toilet and covering their private part with some tissue. And at the same time, drying their pants in a clean place that there will not be any dirtiness, and under a scorching sun. After that, you iron it and put it in your disposable bag. Only that bag for pants. Only you use the bag for only pants. And by always like going to the hospital and be checking. When you see, like, even when you hear some smell in your body, you need to go to the hospital. And at least buying and testing medicines always give you an effect. You will see like it was only itching you, but you go to the drugstore and maybe that person in the drugstore have never even become a pharmacist before, and that person will get you a medicine that will harm you more than the way you were suffering from. So what I'm telling them, at first go to the hospital and check. When you even see like a reactions like your private part is itching you, go to the hospital.
You now know as much about this subject as anybody in Ghana. You know, probably, more than anybody should know about it. Bottom line, to secure the health rights of the genitalia that cannot be enshrined anywhere, it is important to restrain from an ethical modification of genitalia odor. Probably, the use of lipstick has done wonders to give flavor and taste to a kiss, but the genitalia do not need any makeup to function. That will all be at the Bernard Journal/podcast. For more information and updates, you can visit my blog jbernard.blogspot.com or follow me on Facebook, Bernard Bitien Jebituk. I'm Bernard Bitien Jebituk, and thanks for listening.
Eu digo tantas coisas feias, alguns nomes nós chamamos, mas depois eu me arrependo. Sim, não diga não. O que na raiva eu